Welcome back to the show. Still joining Rollo right now is John Olsen, and they catch up with the Mayor, John Mitchell, who presents John with the keys to the city.
The City of Greater Geelong and the Council Chambers, and a civic reception for Mr John Olsen, who has made a wonderful effort walking from Steep Bay in Western Australia all the way to Byron Bay in New South Wales, west to east, and then down to his hometown of Geelong, a member of the Geelong Lions Club, and as we've said, a lion-hearted effort. And I know a man who's quite proud on behalf of the City of Greater Geelong. I'd like to see him swim it, let alone walk it. A very warm welcome to the Mayor, John Mitchell.
G'day, Rollo.
John.
I usually brush the moustache out of the way before I speak to you, but I don't have to anymore. It's gone.
And just on that, the public feedback is they reckon it makes you look 10 years younger, John. It's been good, positive public feedback.
It certainly is, yeah. I've gone from 57 to 47. That's a big help, isn't it? But no, look, yeah, the reality to it all is we're here for John Olsen, and to tell you the honest truth, he's walked from east to west, and he's actually walked from north to south as well. He walked that in 2004, so an absolutely fantastic effort for a man to be so single-minded about raising money for charity. It's great.
And when we were talking to him, he was saying, for instance, in crossing the Great Victoria Desert, they were going ahead 3 and 4 kilometres and actually burying his food and water in the ground. And he knew exactly where it was, having studied maps and etc. for 4.5 years preparation. It is a magnificent effort. You'd have to be proud.
Oh, it's unbelievable, mate. Could you imagine it? It'd be like being out in Geelong last week when it was 42, 43 degrees and pulling a cart up the sand dunes at Bankura. I couldn't imagine anything worse, to tell you the honest truth. He's obviously a very, very dedicated man with great mental strength.
And the Geelong Lions Club and the City of Greater Geelong, very proud of him and the fact that raising money for cerebral palsy and leukodystrophy, and it's something that is obviously a passion of John's, and great support from the Geelong Lions Club.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. The Lions Club do great work in Geelong, and not only in Geelong but elsewhere. I think they've got some $73,000 at the moment, and they are looking to have $100,000 by the end of the day. So that's half their target. So the job's not done yet, but I'm sure that the people not only in Geelong but everywhere else will have dig deep and add to the funds.
And wasn't it great to the city of the citizens of Geelong giving him a very warm welcome home as he walked the streets of Geelong, then into the shopping plaza to be officially welcomed home, and now at a mayoral civic reception, he's overawed.
Oh, it's fantastic. Look, hey, if you spent some months out in the middle of the desert, I suppose you would be overawed by this. But to tell you the honest truth, we can't do enough for him. He was walking down the streets with a pipe band. Billy Brownless and myself met him in at Westfield, and he was a little bit chuffed. But it was great to see the amount of people there because he deserves the recognition. For someone to do what he has done is just an outstanding effort, and I take my hat off to him if I had a hat.
Don't need that to hide that beautiful face. But and John, now at the civic reception, you make an official welcome to him home, and anything special up the sleeve?
We might present him with a key to the city. We got that back off Cameron Ling. He tried to keep that key, Cameron, but we've finally got it back off him, and we'll present that to John today, and wish him well on all his pursuits in the future.
The Mayor of our City of Greater Geelong, a very proud man who will be presenting the key of the city to John Olsen, the one and only Councillor John Mitchell. Thanks, Mitch.
Thanks, Rollo.
Stephen Udell's my name. I'm the officer to the councillors at the City of Greater Geelong. And to formally welcome everybody to the City Hall, let me introduce you to the Mayor, Councillor John Mitchell. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Stephen. Just before I welcome you all here, I'd just like to acknowledge the presence of, obviously, John Olsen, who's the main attraction here today, who's walked a bloody long way, to tell you the honest truth. Monica Hose, President of the Lions Club of Geelong. Sister Julie Thomas, OAM, Chairperson of the Australian Leukodystrophy Support Group. Trevor Hirth, Chair of the Lions Mobility Foundation. More importantly, I'd just like to say welcome to everyone here. It's fantastic to have you here, to tell you the honest truth. The Lions Club do a magnificent job, and I know Brian's just up the road from me, and I hear about some of the work that you're doing, and everyone knows that the Lions Club is a fantastic organisation that helps charities out far and wide. So to you guys, I take my hat off to you. Fantastic. You know, it's a great job. But the reality of why we're here today is, you should be sitting down, John. Surely to God, you want to take a load off, you know. Any man who's walked from west to east after he's walked from north to south, has either got to have something wrong with him or he's a very determined man. And I would suggest there's probably a little bit of both in there somewhere, to tell you the honest truth. To be able to do that, to be able to be that dedicated and that strong of mind and body to actually put yourself out there and to raise money for charity and for a special cause is, it is a staggering effort. Like there's a lot of people out there, probably myself included, that say what they're going to do and think what they're going to do, but don't actually do it. For John's actually prepared. He's thought first, he's prepared secondly, and more importantly, he's gone out and done what he set out to do. To walk that far is staggering. I couldn't drive that far, let alone walk that far. But to pull a cart along the way as well and do it on your own, it's a phenomenal effort. You know, people talk about around the world yachtsmen and people that kayak across Bass Strait and things like this. I could only imagine what it must be like in the middle of nowhere with a camel chasing you through the desert, and you've got to fight it off with a lump of wood. I can only imagine how frightening that must have been. So, John, as I said before, I just take my hat off to you, mate. It's just an absolute fantastic effort. There's one question I wanted to ask you. The name of your cart, Wilson. Did you get that name from the Castaway? Yes. Where is the T-shirt? I expected to see a ball there, you know, with a face on it, you know, like when you said Wilson. But all jokes aside, you know, we're here to acknowledge John's fantastic achievements, and they are fantastic. To acknowledge, you know, the support of the Lions Club, and to acknowledge the work that you guys do, but more importantly, to acknowledge a man that has obviously taken a thought and turned it into reality. So, John, on behalf of the City of Greater Geelong, we have something here to give you today, which is actually the key to the city. You know, and just in saying that, John said he felt humble when we met down at the Westfields. John shouldn't feel humbled. We should feel humbled to be in John's presence, because he's a proud Australian, and he's someone who has achieved great things in his life. So, from myself personally and from the City of Greater Geelong, well done, mate. Good job.
Great to have you on the show, John, and what a terrific cause. Stay around, we'll be back with All in Sport and Tim Mitchell just after this.